Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to show you how you can create an awkward shape wrapping. So I'm going to be using a bottle. This is just a general sauce bottle I took out the cupboard. And this is a printed surface pattern design that I've used. And what I've done is I've complemented the colors. So I've just chosen some of the colors that I've designed on the print so that we can actually highlight some of the colors. So these are just printed onto plain A4 paper, standard print, nothing, you know, it wasn't even like a high definition print. So these are just patterns from my own designs. So if you do want to know more about my designs, you can visit my website at giftwrappingcourses.co.uk. Okay, so what I want to do here is show you how you can wrap an awkward shape. So for this, you're just going to need some paper, which I have here. So this is actually 2 sheets of A4 paper that I actually taped together first. So I've taped them together, then I put them through the printer, which gave me a longer length. I'm also going to show you how, if you're a card maker or a stamper, how you can just create some small little pieces of ribbon, which you can actually just print and stamp for yourself. So this is a dry one that I did earlier on. Okay, so first thing is we're going to take some scissors and we're going to take our paper. So what we want to do is we want to try and cover this as much as we can. And I'm going to be using some double-sided tape as well. Okay, so what we have here, we're going to turn our paper over. And what I want to do is I want to sort of, luckily, because the bottle is a small one, what I've done is I've actually cut the paper is going to fit this particular size bottle. Now, if you have a longer bottle, obviously that you would need a larger sheet of paper, and then you would have to do it that way. However, I'm just going to show you how you can do it with just A4 pieces of paper. So what I want to do is I just want to take that across like so, and that's all I'm going to need. I'm going to be using my double-sided tape. So just let's take that across. So what you can do, because I don't want to use a lot of the paper, I'm just going to place a tape on the edge here, like so. I'm going to gently remove the backing. Bring that back again. If you want to, you can always put a little piece of tape here as well. What that does is it just creates that little bit more support and tack to your paper. And I'm just going to take that around. I'm just going to just basically just gently press that down. And then I'm going to just take my scissors and I'm just going to cut a small piece away. And I'm going to leave 1/2 inch. And what I want to do now is I want to take my tape again. And again, I'm just going to add the tape. You don't have to use a long strip, but just for the filming, I'm just going to show you how you can just do that. Again, we're just going to remove the backing. Make sure it's nice and taut against the bottom. Okay, so now I can hold this bottle up. Now, if you look at the way that's wrapped, if you want to, you could always make that nice fold to keep it cleaner. And what I want to do on the top is I'm just going to gently just take that in. I'm just going to make some small folds on the top just here. Like so. That just gives you a nice cleaner finish on the top. And then we're going to take a double-sided tape again. What I want to do is I just want to try and find areas where I can just tape that together. So you can see I've just taped it in just some of the areas, and that will just keep that nice and flat and flush. Okay, so don't worry about the base. If you have a longer piece of paper, then all you would do is you do exactly the same on the base. But I just want to show you how you can just create some wrapping to an awkward shape. So what I want to do now is I want to try and embellish this, because even though we have a beautiful print on it, it's nice to just add some drama to the actual gift wrap as well. So one of the ways I like to finish off a gift wrap like this is to use ribbon. So it's really nice if you want to. There's a few ways of doing it. So I can place a ribbon on the base here, because we have a top surface there. You could finish off with a really pretty ribbon and just finish that off with a bow on the top. What I'd like to do today, I want to show you how you can use some of the complement, the same colors, which will complement the wrap itself. So I want to create just a little band just to create around the bottom first. So what I want to do is I want to first of all make sure that I have enough paper, which I know I will because we already wrapped it with the A4. So I want to have enough to go around the base. So I'm just going to sort of gently just fold that across. I'm just going to make a little snip. And if you look, I'm not going to snip it in on the line. I'm going to snip it just slightly outside. And the reason for that is I want to give it a nice clean finish on it. And then I can just turn it over and then do the same on the other side. So just grab from the edges and then just pull across like so. Okay. So now we have our band. So I want to finish the band on the back as well. So we have a nice clean finish on the front. So try and centralize it as much as you can. So that gives it a nice band. And even though it's just a printed paper, it looks really nice and velvety. And what I want to do is, again, just to give it a nice clean finish, I'm just going to fold the edges in just slightly. And again, I'm just going to tape the end down here. So the best way to do this now is just to lay your paper on. And again, just create a nice, clean, neat finish. You'll see with just a little fold on the edges, you can see how nice and clean that finish is. Okay. So what you can do is, obviously what we don't want to do is cover too much of the pattern. So what I want to do is I just want to create another band around the base with another color. And I think what I'll do is I'll use this particular color now, which is the base color of my print. And again, I'm just going to just create a fold. This time I want it not to be, I don't want it to be as wide as it was last time. Make a fold. I'm just going to fold this a little bit deeper this time. And again, I'm just going to make a very small fold on the edges, so I know exactly where I want that to fall. So again, just take some double-sided tape. So I'm not even using ribbon here. I'm just using the same print paper. So if you don't have ribbon at home, what you can do when you're gift wrapping is just print some things off on your computer, just colors even, and create your own gift wrap, especially if you have a small gift and you're wanting to print just an A4 standard print paper. So again, remember, we want to have all the seams on the back. And I want to try and just generally, if you look on just on the side here, you want to centralize design. Okay. I'm just going to bring that down slightly. So it's giving you a really nice band around the gift. And finally, let's just add a piece of green paper as well. And this time I'm going to keep it really, really short. So I only want a strip of this one, just a short strip. And I also find it in gift wrapping, if you make a little error with the fold, just do it again so you're not trying to add it on and it doesn't work. I'm just going to make a small fold on the edges. Again, just add some double-sided tape. Remember, we want to just take our gift, try and centralize it as much as you can. And then we're just going to add that just over the top like so. So you can see it's giving you a beautiful little band. What I like about the bands is that it gives your gift more of a dimension. Because sometimes what happens with gift wrapping, you could just have a plain gift or just have a printed and then you just leave it. But if you feel it's tactile and it just looks nice, even though this is quite a muted, these are quite muted tones. Once you have them as a product or as a you know, a box, like for example, this is the same design that I've created, but what I've done with this one is I kept the print shorter and smaller, and then you can see again I've complemented the pink here. So we can leave the top how it is for now, and I'm going to just create just small little embellishments just to add to the top here. I think I'll use the purple. And then I'm going to just take I'm just going to take a second color as well. So I'm not really adding any other colors to my gift wrap. I'm just keeping them all the same as a base print as well. So an easy way to try and get everything level, so I can see that that's slightly off in regard to the cut I've made. So what I sometimes do is I just roll the paper and then I'll just take my scissors and I'll just try and even it out as much as I can. But it's not a must. I'm also going to leave just the edge here. So don't worry about the jagged cuts here because we're going to make a cut on that anyway. So what I want to do now is I'm going to take the white edge off this one. And I'm going to take these two together. The easiest way, I always find it's easy just to turn it over and just check the edges. It's the edges we want to line up more than anything else. And then you have your wrap like that. So what I want to do now is, I think that might be a little bit too wide on this, but I want to add that. So let's say, for example, if you wanted a smaller embellishment, I would just cut this a little bit. I think, in fact, I think I will cut it a little bit more. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make a first fold. I'm going to fold back on top again to give it a nice clean finish. And what I'm going to do is just fold it back and forth until I get to the other end. Okay, so what we have here now is we just have just a very small little embellishment. And I think I'm just going to get some curling string. But this is just normal polyester ribbon here. What I want to do here now is I just want to take my string and I'm just going to make a couple of knots. So in gift wrapping, always make one knot. And I'm going to take it to the bottom here so it's nice and tight, and then just make your second knot directly on top. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to bring these little folds across to the edges. Now, what you can do is you can just create a small cut just on the top here. So if you just wanted to round it off, you could do so. So it just gives it a lot nicer rounded shape. Complements the bottle. See, that just gives it a nice shape. We're going to take some tape now. And I want to add tape as close as possible to the top end. Just take your two pieces. And you want to match them up from the bottom here. Try and keep them as level as you can. Don't worry too much about the center yet. And let's tape those two together. And then we're just going to take the other two from the other side. So that gives you a really nice little flower. And what I like to do, just gently bring them across. Obviously, because we're using paper, just have to be a little bit gentle, but it's not major. Okay, so again, just from a printed piece of paper, you have a really beautiful little flower that you can add to your gift wrap. Now, if you were tying this to, let's say you were tying this to something, then you could just keep your string in, tie it in. You could use it to create a bigger embellishment and then put that on that one on top. But what I want to do is I just want to tape mine on. So I am actually going to remove the string. Try not to make the cut too deep and too close to the edge. I bring my bottle back. You can add a nice, I think that would look nice on top as well. But what I want to do is I just want to add a really nice piece just at the bottom here. And that just gives you that small area where your eye is drawn to the gift. So I'm just going to try and find the areas where I can tape the double-sided tape to. Remember, it's not a flat surface area here now because we have folds. And then what you can do is just check where the back is and then just place a piece of tape on your gift. We're just going to take our embellishment. We're just going to add that one. So that's just a simple shape. Like I said, you can put the embellishment on top if you wanted to. You can use ribbon around the edges, but what I wanted to show you in this video was just to show you exactly how you can just use printed paper from home and create a really nice, elegant, stylish gift wrap. So if you were to wrap a small box with this as well, you can see that with a small box, it would just be a nice, low little box, and you just have a nice flat area. And then if I were to, for example, if I bought this one in, you could just then add the pinwheel just on the top of here, but I've added some flowers here. Okay. So another way to finish off a gift like this is you can just take some ribbon. So if I just take this off just for a second, I like to give you as many different ideas as possible in one video. Just to break it off a little bit. I know we have that little wrap there, but let's just say, for example, we wanted to add a piece of ribbon. You can see straight away the ribbon brings because the ribbon is a satin ribbon, it draws your eye to the base of the gift straight away. And even though this is the slightly gold elements in there, it just creates a really nice finish to your gift wrap. Okay, I'm just going to, again, just tape that down. Small piece of double-sided tape. And then again, we're going to do the same on the back. Just keep that nice and clean. Okay. So even though I was showing you with the different tones of the paper, then if I bring my little embellishment back on to the gift, you can see that it actually changes the style and it just makes it look a little bit more brighter. So that's just a simple way of wrapping an awkward shape. Just again, adding paper, just adding prints that you can just print off the printer. You don't even have to buy paper, so you can actually just print your own, or you can just color and make it. Gift wrapping is really all about just trying to create a finish with some embellishment, so it's layering on top of each other. Another way that you can use your own printed paper is just to, let's say, for example, so I have a piece of ribbon here, okay, and what I've done here is that, in fact, what I'll do, I'll show you exactly what I did with this ribbon. So sometimes it's nice just to, let's say, for example, if you had a plain paper like this one here, and you just wanted to wrap something with it, sometimes it's a good idea just to be able to just add some print, and if it's just a simple ribbon. So I have a very, very simple stamp on here. Just going to take some, and I'm basically just going to gently just print. I'm not pressing too hard. Obviously, when you're printing your own ribbon like this, make sure that you let the ribbon dry thoroughly, the ink, sorry. The beauty of doing this is that you can use any of the stamps that you already have to create your own printed ribbon. Now, because this is in fact, let me just do a few more. So this is a satin ribbon, so the ink will bleed out into it, but it's just a nice little print. Now, if you wanted to just change it around a little bit, what you can do is clean that off first. The nice thing about gift wrapping is you can complement the papers that you're using. Okay, so let me just show you what I mean by that. So I'm just going to take some of this green. So it's not going to show as much as the black on the print, but I just want to take some tone of green. And again, I'm just going to gently just press that in. And it doesn't really matter if you can see some of the black on there. So this is a really good way of just using even scraps of ribbon if you wanted to just create a print to those ribbons. And I'm not really too worried or fussed about the fact that some have a slightly larger gap between them. And I think I might just do one on the edges as well. So now if you just leave that to dry, you can see how pretty that ribbon looks. Just created your own ribbon in a matter of minutes, nice printed ribbon. So let's say, for example, even if you wanted it on any plain gift wrap, it would look so nice like this. Okay, so what I might do is just show you how to just create a small gift wrap. It's around a small little gift and how we can just add the ribbon. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how you can just make a really beautiful little gift wrap, and then we're going to add a ribbon. So I'm just going to let that ribbon dry slightly. So hopefully that will dry quite quickly. And I'm just going to, first of all, just cut my paper, measure my paper to size. So I want to make sure that I have enough here. So I'm just going to take it halfway. Make sure I have enough going around. Take the excess paper off. And again, remember you can use this for other projects. I'm just measuring to make sure that I don't want any bulk on the edges of my gift. Okay, so let's place that on top. I'm just going to bring back to the back like so. So take some double-sided tape. And you want the tape to be as close to the edge as possible. I'm just going to take the edges like so, fold in. So I've taken the two sides in. I'm just going to bring that across. Add some double-sided tape. Obviously, when I printed that ribbon, I didn't measure it, so but it should fit around it. I always try and take a little bit extra. Again, double-sided tape. Place a piece on the top so it gives it a nice clean finish. That's your gift wrap now. So this should be okay. I mean, obviously you want to leave it a little bit longer than I have. And we're just going to keep it nice and simple. Let's take our ribbon on top. So and all I'm going to do is just create a nice, simple printed ribbon wrap. And then it's always good to finish off just by cleaning your ribbon on the edges. Now, I quite like when I do my gift wrapping, I do prefer it just to be on the edge. And if you want to add that little bit of volume, what you can do is just take your double-sided tape again. I'm just going to just attach it to the base there. So it just gives you that little bit of volume, because remember it's only a small ribbon, but now you can see just from a very plain piece of paper how you can create a really beautiful little gift wrap with some printed ribbon using a stamp. And again, just bringing back this video here, this wrap here, sorry, again, you can see adding just that simple plain ribbon really accentuates the way this looks as well. And just adding a topper here, just, you know, you don't need to have ribbon and bows to do that. So that's today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do have a look at all my other videos. And I always upload and showcase different styles of gift wrapping.